Hello and welcome back to Minecraft 101. In this episode, we will be talking about all of the different ores that you can find in the overworld, what their uses are, and different strategies for going about finding them. Now, to get started, I did a little bit of work between episodes, not that much. I went ahead and went out and found some oak logs. You're going to definitely want to smelt logs into charcoal early on. Later on, we'll be able to find coal, but I have not done any mining, so I have no coal. We need this, so that way we can craft torches and keep ourselves safe while we're going in the mines. I'm also going to bring with me a little bit of wood, just so I can always make a crafting table, or more sticks and whatnot, just in case I need them. Make sure you have some food, make sure that you have some pickaxes, make sure that you have a weapon. And we're going to go ahead and get started by talking about the two different styles of finding resources. We have caving versus mining. Now, those two might sound familiar to those who aren't very familiar with Minecraft. Caving means going around your world and looking for holes in the ground and seeing where those holes lead and picking up the resources that you find there. That's a strategy that a lot of old school Minecrafters are very adamant about being the right way to play Minecraft. I'm not personally a huge fan of this, especially early on. Later on in the game, yeah, it's okay. But early on, it's really dangerous. You could find ravines, you could find caves that are full of mobs, you can find dungeons. It's just a very tricky way of going about doing it. So I'm going to go ahead and try to find a decent sized cave. Maybe this will work. Nope, just a floating mountain. So I'm going to find a decent sized cave and come back. See, right there? Dangerous. So one tip that I have when you are going through caves is to light them up and always place your torches on one side of the cave. So here I'm placing my torches on the right hand side. This way, when it comes time for me to leave, if all of my torches are on the right hand side, as I'm leaving, they're on the left hand side. This is really useful when you get to these branches, because let's say I'm coming back up and I see this. Oh crud, which way do I go? I go this way. No, the torches are on my right. I'm going into the cave more. Here, they're on my left, so I'm going out of the cave. So that's just my little tip for how to get in and out of caves more easily and how to navigate caves more safely. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and pick up some ores. Another thing, so caving is honestly the more efficient way of finding resources, simply because as I go through the cave, I can see so many blocks, and it reveals so many blocks all at once. When we get to strip mining, mining one block is only going to reveal a few more blocks. So caving is the best way to see a whole lot of area all at once, but early on it's very, very dangerous. As you can see right here, I see skeletons, and I see zombies, and I see creepers, and they're all coming after me. And if you don't remember, I have no armor. So I'm going to go ahead and peace out of here, because this is very dangerous for my very squishy self. And we are back. So, strip mining is my personal favorite way of starting to mine and gather ores in the game when I get started. So a strip mine is just simply a path that you dig yourself down to a good mining level where you can get a whole bunch of resources. The benefit of doing this is you control everything about the strip mine. You control the lighting, you control where mobs can spawn. Occasionally while you're digging, you will break into a cave, which case I just like to maybe throw a torch down, but for the most part I just ignore it. I try to block it off so that I'm nice and safe and nothing can get in, but we just got to make sure that we periodically place torches down to keep it well lit. Now you'll notice behind me I am placing staircases. This is so that I can get up and down without having to jump, and it's a little bit smoother to go up and down from my mining level to my little starter base. So I'm going to go ahead and keep mining until I get down to what many will refer to as diamond level, which is y equals 11. So if I press F3 on the keyboard, again, this really only works if you're on PC. I'm sure there's ways to get this menu up when you are on another platform. You'll see in the top left-hand corner an X, Y, and Z value. X is your horizontal position. Z is your, not necessarily vertical, but your depth position. And then your vertical position is Y. Our Y level here is 52. That means we are 52 blocks above the bottom of the world. We want to get down to 11 blocks above the bottom of the world. That's where the majority of the really good resources will be spawning, including diamond. And diamond is the most important early game resource. We will also be getting lots of iron, lots of redstone, lots of lapis. So each ore spawns at a different Y level. I've gone ahead and put together a little chart to showcase this, but what it all boils down to is if you get down to a level where they all overlap and intersect, then, okay, and I just broke into a cave. Let me make sure I can stay safe. Now, because of that, I might want to turn, but I know there's a cave over here as well. So I might just have to be brave, put on my big boy pants, and see what I can do about this. So I'm just going to wait here for him to come around the corner. There we go. Where are you? Hi, skeleton. Okay. So let me light this up a little bit. You'll notice I'm not always great at doing the whole put your torches on the right strategy. There's a zombie up there that's probably going to jump down. And then we have some lava over here. That's not going to be fun. Oh, and spider. Let me get out of here. So I'm going to keep mining down until I get to Y level 11, and I'll get back when we are there. And we are back. As you can see in the top left, we are at Y level 11. So while diamonds spawn at a variety of different Y levels, mining out at Y level 11, you will see level 11, 12, 13, and 14, which is where we tend to see a lot of diamonds. Also, if you happen to break into a cave and find a lava lake, that always spawns at Y level 11. So you're not going to dig into the bottom of a lava lake and end up killing yourself. So while I am down here, you can see this is what I meant by caving is a lot more efficient because you just see so many resources everywhere. So we're going to come back for those diamonds. We have to come back for them because I'm using a stone pickaxe. A stone pickaxe is great for getting things like iron and coal, but it will destroy other blocks, as I can demonstrate here with this redstone ore. So if I try to mine the redstone, one, it's going to take a really long time, and two, when I do break it, I don't get anything from it. So you have to use the right pickaxe for the right job. Typically, you're going to use stone until you get iron. You're going to use iron until you get diamond. And once you get diamond, you're pretty much good to go. Now once Minecraft 1.16 hits, there is a pickaxe that is better than a diamond pickaxe called a netherite pickaxe, but we're going to talk about that when we get into the nether. Hopefully at that point the nether update will have hit. So I have a little bit of iron right now. You'll notice as I'm going through this strip mine, I'm putting my torches on the right again. Again, it's really annoying to, let's say, I find a cave like this one here, only I find it way far down in my path, and I continue going out. So I continue my strip mine out this way. And I decide that I'm going to explore over here. And I come back to my strip mine. I'm not sure which way to go, except this torch is on the left, I'm going back home. This torch is on the right, I'm going back out. So that's all I really have to say about strip mining. It's my preferred method of mining early game because of how simple and safe it is. I very rarely died in a strip mine. I mean, anything's possible. You dig into a cave that you weren't expecting. But now I have some iron. I can smelt that up. Things I want to make with this iron are first going to be a pickaxe and a bucket. So a pickaxe is going to allow me to go down and collect those diamonds. The bucket is going to allow me to create a water bucket that I can use on the lava. So lava is pretty scary, but if I have a bucket, like so, then I'm going to let that continue to smelt while I run downstairs. I probably should remove another one because I keep hitting my head. Another block up top. I might go ahead and do that once I get an iron pick. Oh, missed a block. That was another cave that I found. So, down here, in order to safely cross, I can just use a water bucket to convert all of this lava into obsidian. Obsidian is used for making nether portals, it's used for making enchantment tables, so it is useful, but I just really wanted a safe path right away. So I'm going to go ahead and light this up, because if I don't light it up, then mobs will be able to spawn. I ran out of torches, so I'm going to make some sticks and some more torches. Gotta always be careful around lava lakes, because they'll get you. Ooh, this is very nice. I gotta come back for that. So that is, whenever you see cobblestone naturally generated into the world, it typically means that there's something interesting going on. Down in the bottom of the world, or down underground, we will find what are called dungeons. They're really not that exciting, but they do have spawners, and I think that's going to be a zombie spawner, because I could hear zombies groaning inside. And I'm going to drop some water down there, just to make it safe. Okay, that should be good enough. Yep. So that iron I left up at the top should be done smelting. I'm following my torches back around. I know not to go there because they're on the right. And I'm back into my strip mine. I can run upstairs, eat my food. I was getting hungry. And this cave that I found is actually going to be a perfect place to demonstrate where most of the resources spawn. So I need some planks and some sticks, and I'm going to make 2 iron pickaxes, just so I've got something to work with. The rest of my iron I'm going to put in here, along with some more blocks. I have this whole chest. I'm going to use up all those axes mining trees. I accidentally shift-clicked at the wrong time and made a buttload of axes. So we can now go downstairs and talk about the different ores. So coal is the most common ore. It is found at the highest Y levels. It's it's used for making torches. It's used for making fuel. Those are pretty much the only two uses for it. Then we have iron. Iron is a pretty useful material. In fact, in another episode, we're going to be making an automated iron farm that will just generate us infinite iron. Gold is not too useful, to be honest, right now. It's used for making things like powered rails, but I honestly, other than powered rails, I'm not sure what I would use gold for. I mean, it's decorative, it looks nice. Redstone is super useful if you are into making automated farms or are interested in trying to make automated farms. We're going to be doing that a lot in different episodes, so keep tuned. Stay tuned. Words are very difficult. This whole quarantine thing is just making it hard to speak because I don't talk that much anymore. Diamond is by far the most useful material. You use it to make some of the best armor and items in the game. That being said, once you get those items, you don't really need that much diamond. So if I remember correctly, you need something like 24 diamonds or iron to make a set of armor. And you're going to need 2 for a sword, 3 for a pickaxe. So you don't really need that much diamonds. But I've got 2. What I'm really looking for is 3 diamonds. So what I'm looking for is 3 diamonds. I'll use those 3 diamonds to make a pickaxe. Once I get that pickaxe, I can use a diamond pickaxe to mine obsidian, which I will use to make a nether portal. So while I'm not going to actually do a full episode on the nether just yet, we are going to try to get into the nether this episode so I can show you the last ore that's not on my list, which is the quartz ore. So I mined a little bit of lapis there while I was yammering on. Lapis is used to make blue dye. It is also used for enchanting items using an enchantment table. Now that's not the best way to actually put enchantments on your gear, but it's a good way starting out, so I always like to pick it up. It can also be used as a trading resource with certain villagers, but it's not worth the effort of going out and finding. So here we have our spawner. This is one of the best arguments in favor of going caving, because it's a lot easier to find these. They tend to have rarer resources. Once you get inside, you want to immediately light it up. That will prevent the mob inside from spawning. So this is what we call a spawner. It's a cage with a zombie spinning around inside. That every few seconds the game is going to look for a spawnable space around here. That's a space where it is dark enough for the zombie to spawn, and it's going to pop some zombies into existence. Since I lit up the area around me, I should be safe. And we're going to keep this here. You don't typically want to destroy a spawner. You cannot pick it up. You cannot move it. We're going to leave it here because we can actually turn that into an experience farm later on. There are certain experience farms that are more efficient than that, but we're going to use that as a great demo for the strategy. So depending on the spawner, sometimes you will have a zombie spawner, sometimes you will have a skeleton spawner, sometimes you'll get a spider or a cave spider spawner. The skeleton is, in my opinion, the most useful of the spawners, but zombies, zombies are fine. There's nothing special about them, but they will get you experience, they'll get you rotten flesh. You can use the rotten flesh with a cleric villager to trade for emeralds, so that's about all there is to that. And speaking of skeletons, what makes skeletons more useful is their drops. They drop bones, which can be turned into bone meal and used to make some crop farms more efficient. So I think that's about it that I wanted to ramble on about. So I'm going to go ahead and cut here. Going to go get a third diamond and craft up that diamond pickaxe, and we'll talk about how to get into the nether and find the last ore. And we are back. So as you can see in my inventory, I've managed to pick up enough diamonds for a diamond pickaxe. I've also started mining some obsidian. Just a quick tip when you're trying to get obsidian, put down a water bucket. That way when you mine the obsidian block, the water will flow out. And if there is any lava underneath or to the side, the water will convert the lava into more obsidian before it can break a block. So now that I have 10 obsidian, I can go ahead and make a nether portal. It's always a good idea to get at least 10 obsidian in your first attempt. Usually I'll go ahead and get 14 so that I can make a, an enchantment table. So the simplest nether portal is going to require 10 blocks, and I'm just going to build it over here, even though I could have used those as blocks for it. Where do I want to put this? No, I'll just put it right here. So you need to have, of course I placed it wrong. You need to have 2 obsidian blocks on the ground, followed by, once I get this one up, there we go. 1, 2, 3 going up, 1, 2, 3 going up, and then 2 across the top. A lot of people get upset, jokingly upset, I would hope, for not filling in this block with obsidian, but this is the bare minimum for a portal, and now we need to ignite the portal. To do this, we need an iron ingot and a piece of flint. You get flint from gravel. This gives you a flint and steel. We right-click, and we get our nether portal. Now we're going to cross our fingers and hope that we don't spawn right next to a giant lava lake. Okay, well we did spawn next to a lava lake. We also spawned near a nether fortress, and let me turn down... Oh wow, forgot how loud that was. Also going to turn down hostile creatures because of ghasts. So the nether is going to see a huge revamp in the next month or so, hopefully in the next month or so, when we go through the nether update. So I'm not really going to explore too much. I am looking for nether quartz. So nether quartz is one of the most valuable resources in the game. You can use it to make to make quartz blocks. However, I would strongly recommend that you never, ever, ever, ever waste your quartz on making quartz blocks. If you want quartz blocks, you can find villagers that can have trades for quartz, and we're going to do a whole couple of episodes on villager trading to help explain that away. Quartz is much, much, much more useful in redstone. You use it to make comparators, which are great for item sorters and item movement. You use them to make observers, which are honestly, ever since they introduced them to the game, they're so useful in every way, shape, and form. So we're going to keep all of our nether quartz in the quartz form and not put it in block form, so that way we can use it for our redstone. So I think that's all I'm going to do here. It's a little laggy with all of the lava coming in, and my mouse seems to be acting up a bit, so I'm just going to head on out and use my little... So this is what I was talking about with the torches. I can see here that since my torches switched from the left to the right, I'm no longer going out of the cave, I'm now going into the cave. And I can look here, torch on the left, I'm going out of the cave. So it's just it honestly saved me a lot of frustration in this mining session. I had to do probably 2 to 3 hours worth of mining to get enough diamonds for this pickaxe. And of course, as soon as I started finding diamonds, I found a whole bunch. So I've got 17. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. If you've got any comments, questions, or suggestions, please be sure to leave them in the comment section below. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.